Hi, I'm John from off-road.cc and this is
Sam from Privateer Bikes.
And what we have here is the new Privateer Bikes 161.
Yeah.
It's called that because
The travel of the 161 in the rear and 170 mils of travel up front.
and what's been like the general aim with this bike? So obviously it's kind of like pictures enduro style bike, enduro race bike.
So I guess like the namesake is Privateer, and it's developed for base riders, people like Matt Stoddard funding their season all year long. You wanted to make a bike that was progressive enough but also affordable enough for racers as well, and so trying to make a bike that could do a bit of both, which is always hard.
So talking of affordable, so the frame's all aluminium. It starts at,
So it's $13,999 for the frame, and then this full build will come in at $2,989.
and it's pretty top end in terms of like the suspension unit, so Super Deluxe, Lyric Ultimate on the front, so Super High End, and that's been like the general, from what I get, is the general theme of the build of the bike. It's just designed to be, you spent the money where it's needed, e.g. or where you feel the most performance gains, and in places where stuff might wear out, so like drivetrain, cassette, like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, just interesting things like you've gone for the Dior XT shifter, but SLX mech.
Yeah, so like with races, like shifter is always the key thing. That's the one you're going to feel day in, day out. It's the bit that's going to make the difference to the performance. But yeah, the rear derailleur is one that's probably going to be sacrificed in a race when you hit it in a tree or a rock or whatever it is. And same with the cassette, that you're probably going to potentially go through a couple if you don't change your chain as often as you might want to. And same with the chain. So SLX just does that. It's a bit of a workhorse, but it just shifts super well. And the XT shifter helps that as well. So you get the multi-click function, and the little traction pad as well helps. So.
Yeah, so just like little step-ups where you need them.
Yeah, same with the suspension as well. It's like ultimate suspension, front and rear, because it's, like I say, that's going to make the biggest difference to how the bike feels. And for the customer as well, it's the most expensive thing to upgrade aftermarket if they wanted to change that. So we went with the high sense suspension and parts that may need to be changed, whether like saddle or grips or drive chain as it wears out or it's not to preference, you can change that quite affordably.
Yeah, and obviously because Privateer is kind of a sister brand to Hunt Bike Wheels, obviously running on the Hunt.
Yep, got the Hunt Enduro wide rim here, so 33mm internal, 36 spokes in the rear, 32 up front, 3 degrees hub. Yeah, Enduro ready.
Cool. And getting onto the geometry, so the geometry is, I'd say it's pretty up there. It's not quite as wild as maybe as some brands, but it's still very progressive.
It's pretty long and pretty low. The probably most notable thing, and probably the most shocking, is the seat angle, 80 degrees. Just puts you in a really comfortable position for climbing. But then it's balanced out with pretty long reach per size. So this is the P4 and the extra large essentially. And it's a 515 reach, and then it goes 490, 470, and 445. So pretty long across the board, so it gives you a really nice planted feeling when you're riding, but a nice comfortable position to climb. So less pressure in your hands when you're climbing, and just a good position to get maximum pedal performance.
Yeah, and you say like with the sizing, so you've not done small, medium, extra large, you're basically doing it so that people, if they want a bit more reach, sort of like someone wants that, should still be able to fit on the standover height of like... Yeah,
so that was like numbers rather than small, medium, large, and it encourages people to read the geometry chart and actually work it out on what works for them, and yeah, based on the reach number. And with the low C-tube as well and a good insertion, you can go whichever size really based more on reach than C-tube length. So you can fit this whole C-tube here, you can get quite a lot of extension out of your dropper post, so you should be able to get the longest dropper you want, which is why we also went with a one-up post, because you can just fit huge amounts of seat posts in that frame. So that's 180 and you can slam it. You can fit 200 in there as well if you wanted, and even on the P2 you can fit a 180 in there. So you should get.
And obviously with the one-up you can add little spacers.
Yeah,
if it's like a bit too much extension, you can space it
or
down.
Or shim it down, yeah, exactly. So someone might be like just 10 mils, you might want to just get a next size up, you can just shim it down by 10 mil to get you the quite literally the maximum drop you can for your size.
Yeah, and the other interesting thing, especially like this being an extra large, is that the rear centre of the bike, or the chainstay length, that's actually been adjusted as well to suit big riders. So despite it being like a kind of a more affordable enduro bike, you've gone the kind of a bit of the extra distance, a bit of the long way round on that.
Yeah, it causes a few headaches in terms of it's not the simplest way of doing it, but for us it was the right way to do it. It gives you the best feeling, it's proportional, so every rider, whether you're like 5'6" or 6'5", you're going to have a bike that feels the same. You're not going to feel like you're over the back or too over the front. It will give you a nice balanced feel regardless of size.
And you're saying that was the other reason that think all the top 3 largest bikes, they're all 29-inch wheels. And then the smallest size, that is 650 at both ends.
Yeah, P1 is 27.5. Again, we just felt that was the most balanced size for the rider. It was a long debate, backs and forwards, whether it should be 29, 27, but we felt that it just gave you the most balanced feel overall. That's how we felt.
Cool. And when can a person buy this bike if they want to buy it?
So frames are on, everything's already on sale for pre-order. So frames should be arriving, the first batch will be arriving with us in a couple of weeks, so before the end of this month. Full wheels will be arriving mostly around June time. So May, June time we should have them all built up and ready to roll.
Just in time for the British summer.
Well, hopefully, yeah.